Well, hello there again, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Grab your cup of coffee and a seat because, as always, I'm Paulie, and this is Paulie's Power Hour. You guys haven't really seen that much of the bitchin' Camaro on the channel. We did the battery tray, which has been holding up pretty nicely, I think. Battery's still in there, not falling out, so that's good. And I'm going through some stuff. If you see the short before you see this, I've been daily driving this thing for a while, and we're going to make it the ultimate daily driver. That's just something I want to do. But today, we are here to diagnose an OBD1 check engine light. I have noticed that a lot of these older OBD1 cars, OBD1, 1.5, even like the early OBD2 cars, are really starting to come into popularity. So if you have a check engine light and you want to know how to diagnose it and fix it, well, I'm your guy, because I've been doing this for a long time. Kit was OBD1. He's out there, yonder. Kit was OBD1 for a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, I used to burn my own chips for Kit. That's how I tuned him. So, yeah, I've been at this OBD1 game for a long time. So I'm going to show you how we used to do it back in the day before Google, and how to do it now easily. And even if you're on the side of the road or in a parking lot or whatever, we're going to do this we're going to go from easy to crazy, because you know me, if something's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So I spent way too much money. You'll see. Okay, check it out. Okay, so to do this the real easy way, we start under the dash. Now the key is in but out of the ignition, because as soon as I put it in, she's going to beep at me. So here's what you do. You want to find your assembly line diagnostic link, which is this plug right here, and you want to bridge the A and B connectors, which are the top two right pins. So I'm going to take my GM code key and I'm going to stick it in there. Now when I do this and I turn the key on, the check engine light's going to flash. The check engine light is going to flash the number, so it's going to flash once, pause, twice. So like code 12 is going to be one flash, pause, two flashes, pause. It shows each code 3 times. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn the key on, I'm going to speed this up so you can see it, and we're going to figure out what the hell codes we have in the car. I feel like Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So what do we have? We had 32 and 33. So what does that mean? I'll show you. So in your book, emission controls, code 32 is EGR failure, and 33 is map, volts high or low, or MAF, which we have a map, so it's the map sensor. So let's start with EGR. So the thing about this is it's nice because it'll give you, just about everything you need, okay? We are going to go with factory service manual because I have a feeling the two codes are related, and I'll show you why. Okay, so here we are. We're at page 1 of the factory service manual for EGR. Now, what is EGR? If you watch my Cadillac video, you'll know that EGR takes exhaust gas and circulates it back into the combustion chamber, which helps with combustion temperatures, burning of fuel. It's an emissions gimmick. Do the OBD1 cars really care if you have it blocked off? No, they won't set a check engine light if they do. But because the bitchin' Camaro is pretty much factory, I'm sticking with that theme. So I know that when the exhaust gas gets recirculated into the intake manifold, or into into the intake, the map sensor is going to read that change. So if it doesn't see that change, is it possible that the map sensor code is because of that? Let's find out. So blah blah blah. With the EGR valve closed, manifold vacuum will be greater than it was during normal EGR operation, and this change will be relayed to the ECM by the map sensor. If the change is not within the calibrated window, code 32 will be set. Okay, so cool. Great. I'm going to say we check. We're going to check both, right? But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go old school. We're going to go with the old Sheltons. So what do we got? Here's how to check the EGR valve. Okay. So install the vacuum gauge in the vacuum line with the car, blah, blah, blah. All right, remove the vacuum hose from the EGR valve. The diaphragm should move downward. The engine speed should increase. Install the vacuum hose and watch the EGR valve open. We're not going to do any of that. Here's what we are going to do, though. This picture right here. I have this vacuum device, and we are going to test the EGR valve. So let's see. Well, first, we're going to see if it moves. So I have removed the air cleaner. If you have a TBI vehicle, you have to remove the vacuum hose, the intake air temperature sensor, the PCV, and your intake, of course. So here's the EGR. I'm going to unplug it. EGR is right here. So let's use my thumb. I don't know if you can hear that. Hang on. So it does move. It moves pretty freely. So we are going to take this vacuum pump and hook it up. Because usually what happens is you get a hole in the diaphragm. As you can see from the rust down here, this trusty EGR valve has been on the car since 1992. I've never changed it, and I don't think it's ever been changed. It's probably a hole in the diaphragm, but we're going to verify. All right, so what's supposed to happen is, since that thing moves freely, I'm supposed to be able to pump this, and the EGR valve is supposed to suck itself in and hold vacuum. And it's not. The EGR valve's bad. There you go. Let's get a new one. All right, so let's see. I'm going to check my local auto parts stores first to see what we got here. Okay, 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Heritage RS. Okay, so O'Reilly's has it for $74.99. Oh wait, nope. I'm sorry, they don't have that one in stock. Oh, I have to order it, so it's not within like 150 miles. All right, let's try AutoZone. EGR valve. Okay, here we go. $69.99. Nice. $69.99. Available for pickup all the way down the street. Let's try Rock Auto. $23 on Rock Auto. That's the way we're going to go. I'm going to order that thing in, and we're going to replace it. And while we're there, we're going to freshen up the throttle body and do a few other freshening up things under here. But yeah, so that's how you do OBD1 diagnostics. You can use the paperclip, you can use the key, you can use the scan tool, which we didn't get to do. We're going to use the scan tool when I get the EGR valve in to test everything. We're going to use the scanner for that. Now, keep in mind, if you do have an older Ford that uses the EEC4 system, this paperclip thing does not apply. You need a special code reader to read those, and it's a special little box. Or you can use the Solus Pro or the old MT2500, one of which I have for work. Same thing with older Mopars. The older Mopar, I forget what the hell they called their system, but The older Mopars, you need a special scanner to read those too. GMs are the only ones that you can plug a paper clip or a key or whatever into the thing, watch the check engine light flash. So if you get one of these older GMs, I hope this helped you, right? I will say I've been driving the crap out of this car, and it's been great. I can't complain about her at all. She's got 200 and something thousand miles on her, and I drove her back and forth from Pensacola to here a whole bunch of times. And it's 366 miles one way. From where I lived on base to this driveway. It's 366 miles one way, 5 hours. Cruise control on. The only thing that ever happened was check engine light came on once and went off and never came on again until recently. So there you go. My EGR valve probably was starting to go bad then. Oh well. But we're going to fix it. So stay tuned. I hope the diagnostic thing helped you. Like I said, nowadays you can Google everything. So it doesn't really, like the Chilton's manual, sure. And then I'm going to take you through the tests. We're going to do all the tests, solenoid testing and everything with the Solus Pro when the EGR valve comes in. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you learned something. And I hope whatever you learned you can put into practice. But not too soon, because that means you got a problem with your car. But Google it. Hope you learned something. You guys keep it between the ditches and you come back and see me.